The third step of the roadmap is about experimentation. Now this starts to get really hard because this is really changing our mindset and our habits of thinking inside businesses. Because inside established organizations, our usual playbook for how do we deal with new change is through a whole lot of planning, right? Planning, planning, and more planning. And instead, we need to flip that script and look at every uncertainty and every opportunity facing our business through an approach of experimentation, right? What I call validating any new ventures or ideas that you may have. So take, for example, CNN, an established business looking at transformation in the digital era, changing customer expectations, and they thought about what's our place going to be? What's our new big bet going to be? How do we create an experience for the digitally connected consumer? Right? How do we move beyond linear cable television delivery? And they use the old playbook. So that starts with a lot of benchmarking, and you hire consultants and you get lots of third-party data. Then you do a lot of scenario planning and a lot of business case analysis of if we do this way or that way, and we do all these detailed projections of what the results are going to be and how many subscribers year 1 and year 2. And then they came up with this plan for a streaming service, right? And then what do? How do you decide? You send it up to the top, right? The most important people. The highest paid person's opinion will rule, right? And so in this case, this was Jeff Zucker and his boss, Jason Kilar. And they said, streaming's the future. We're going to do it. People are going to love us. We're going to have 2 million viewers in the first year. Second year, 2, we go global. We'll have 5 million, then 10 million. They had this whole chart of exponential growth. They were convinced was going to happen, right? And they spent $300 million to launch this thing on day 1, and it was a complete failure. They got about 1% of the television viewers to even try out the streaming service. Right? Whole thing was shut down in 30 days. This is what I see is one of the worst steps you can take as a leader, this kind of overconfident, incredibly costly mistake, right? This was a great idea worth pursuing. You didn't have to lose $300 million to find out that your current TV customers were not going to pay for a streaming news app. I could have found that out for you in 30 days and $30,000, right? Any good startup team could have figured that out, brought you the data. So instead, what we need is a totally different approach when we're looking at digital innovations.